I'm glad to be here to have the opportunity to actually tell you a little bit more about Floin, potentially, or basically it's a place where innovation meets regulation, and potentially the future of finance. Banking as we know, and especially finance right now, is rapidly evolving. And, but I always experience that digital assets, such as, I'm talking really about more securities, financial products, they're really widely untapped. Like people talk about it, but it's probably also because the regulatory requirements or the regulatory restrictions are there. So it's not as widely known. But in Europe, for example, where I originally come from, by the way, I come from Germany. In Europe right now, the thing is that there's a lot of things happening in the regulatory world. So we have MiCA, for example, which will start next year. We have the DLT pilot regime. I don't know if you're here in Southeast Asia aware of these, but those are all regulatory developments, new regulations that regulate the financial market when it comes to digital assets, etc. So we believe that there's a huge opportunity for us as Floin to develop a cutting-edge technology and a solution for asset management and banking. So we believe the time has come for us, for Floin. We've been developed already since 2019, so we've waited for a while to have that regulatory framework being active, so slowly our time is coming. Just a quick few notes. We're fully regulated and audited virtual asset provider in Liechtenstein. For those of you who don't know where that is, it's a tiny little country next to Switzerland. We have 31 full-time employees in 6 countries. We're full of blockchain advocates, IT experts, lawyers, ex-bankers. We're kind of approaching this whole subject or this whole crypto world from a different angle, more from the financial angle, less than from the IT, although we also have, of course, an IT team. And we're supported by an elite group of leaders in Europe. So I invite you to go to floin.com, have a look. I mean, it's amazing what individuals are backing us by now. So essentially, we have our core business consists of 3 components. It's the all-in-one platform for managing and trading digital assets. So right now in the murky waters of crypto, it's really hard to identify whether something is real, whether it's a scam, whether, do you want to invest something in here long term? So we want to make sure that that worry is gone and you just have one place where you have a safe home. On the other side, we don't want you to be stuck. So there's also a marketplace for vetted and transparent digital investments. So our experts are actually running through those investments through a rigorous process, and we make sure that the investments that you're looking for are good. So it's more about the quality side than over the quantity. So it's not a marketplace where you find 1,000 coins, but it's rather a platform where you find maybe 50 good projects and real digital assets, meaning like securities, financial products backed by real assets. And then there's the third one, is the first of its kind social platform for security tokens. That is kind of like a LinkedIn. We believe in the future that a financial instrument or a financial product deserves to have a profile. So in the future, if you think about, hey, should I invest in this? Or you're an issuer from a company and you issue a bond or a stock, then you think about, hey, we need also a profile. So this will be on Floin. So just to sum it up a little bit, we're regulated, we discussed that, so we don't make false promises. We're also audited. It's pretty strict in Europe these days, so we're therefore a little bit more transparent, but not only from the regulatory side, but also from our business model side, and therefore also safer. What we offer is also genuine and authentic software, and this is kind of important to discuss because in this business there's a lot of white labeling. So yesterday was green, tomorrow it's blue. Everything is authentic. We have our own programmers. We develop everything from scratch. So this is really me as a previous investment banker. It is creating value, because sometimes you look at companies, there's nothing behind. Well, Floin is value. So innovations that align with regulatory requirements, I discussed that. It's important that you work within a framework that's legal, that you know what you can do and what you cannot do, so there's no pipe dreams. So it's really the place where you find all the information to make the best decision, investment decision, essentially. There's one more thing I want to tell you. Maybe you remember back in the day when your mother told you, if you want to become successful and you want to become wealthy, you should open a bank. Well, with Floin, there's an opportunity now to become a part of the future of banking. And guess what? Mama is always right. So thank you very much. My name is Mark Weber. If you would like to connect, there's my LinkedIn. And thanks for joining and thanks for listening.
Sorry, maybe I was a little bit confused about the actual product. are you looking to be an exchange, asset management company, an investment bank? All of the above?
Yeah. So right now, as I say, we're a virtual asset provider, so we're focused on utility tokens because we're not allowed to digitally be a custodian for securities, but we're in that process right now. So we're working together with the Financial Market Authority in Liechtenstein, that is the authority there which is responsible, and so our plan is to become first a security broker and then all the way to a bank. So now our business model is actually to become a bank, but a fintech neo-banking that is specialized in digital assets, meaning tokenization, fractional ownership, and basically an investment firm more than a classical bank.
Okay, so maybe the first step is a security broker of the top 30 or 40 most traded cryptocurrencies?
Yeah, it is more for the high net worth individual side. So it's fitting also. Liechtenstein is a worldwide known financial hub and especially tailored for high net worth individuals. And we believe if you look at all the big players right now, also custodians or exchanges, there's not really a premium one. Everyone offers everything. There's so many products on there, but there's not one that really stands for quality. So in every ingredient that we offer, it's just pure quality.
So two questions. One is, on the utility token side, is it correct that you're very similar to Coinbase or Binance? And the second question is, how very different from Signum? I understand.
So, I mean, we do differentiate ourselves a little bit. If you think about even in the utility side, there's different regulations around the world regarding utility tokens. First of all, some of them even consider utility token not to really be a utility token. That's a whole discussion. So for us, even in Liechtenstein, it's a bit stricter. Even if you are a token issuer for a utility token, you still need to be regulated. So this is what we did. So for us, there was no choice of whether we should be regulated or not. So we already are different because if you look at Binance, for example, right now, having huge struggle in Germany, in the Netherlands, and they just don't get the regulation. Also because there's an existing customer base which is not properly went through KYC, AML, and we have that all on a banking level. KYC, AML, KYT, I mean all of it from the first dollar on, by the way. From the first cent you invest with Floin, you have to go through all of it. It's a little bit more difficult, but quality over quantity.
Okay, who are the partners that are ready with you at the moment for the investment products?
Well, right now we're working mainly with little private banks in Switzerland. Merki Baumann, for example, is one of them. It's not really well known, but it's a pretty big player in Europe for digital assets. We're working with Sigma Bank in Liechtenstein, and when it comes to our regulatory tools, such as the KYC and AML that we do, we actually directly work together with the FMA and the FIU, which is the Financial Intelligence Unit in Liechtenstein. So it's more from the governmental side that we get a lot of support, and so those are our partners right now. For the funding side, I have an investment banking background, so my network is quite global, and we were raising in the seed funds, which, by the way, we're still in ICO in the public phase now. During our seed phase, we raised a little bit more than 5 million, 5.4 million, but that was more really from the own network. So from an investment side, we're still looking for more.
Yeah, I think that, so do you think that this could be marketed elsewhere? Because the products are mainly in wherever
I mean, right now, maybe just to finish this off, so what we're doing right now, we're already in discussion with other financial authorities, so we don't really want to enter a market like most other companies do. They just penetrate a new market, don't really care about solicitation, how do you go to a customer, how do you get them. So we don't go to a new market unless we really have the authority to do so. But the beautiful thing about MiCA, which is the market in crypto assets regulation in Europe, is if you're regulated in Liechtenstein, which is in the European Economic Area, you can passport that license throughout the whole region in Europe. So for us right now, we're completely in Europe. We can act in the entire European Union. But the reason why I'm here also is we're looking for new markets. We're looking also at Southeast Asia, and Singapore is one of the best countries when it comes to the whole regulatory framework again. Also, we heard that earlier when it comes to security. So we want to be at the forefront and be ready once it develops further that we are there.
I hope you have very deep pockets for the licenses, though. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.